Hello, everyone from Melbourne, Australia. How you guys going? It's Friday here. Welcome, everyone, to Grace's channel. We have a channel here to gather. It's like a safe corner, just to chat, say good day, also see how everyone's going. There's been a few news in Melbourne with shark attacks, and there's so many sharks. Hey, chicken explorers, how are you, sweetheart? I add everyone as moderators. All my beauties. Hayabusa. G'day, g'day. A lot of shark attacks. Pretty good. I went to see the nurse down the road here where the doctors are, because they do it's like they do paperwork, to go and see a physiotherapist. Beautiful Hayabusa. You are a beauty. Oh, Thomas. Angelica. My AJ. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I've heard you guys. A lot of people are getting like a foot of snow. So basically the doctor said, "Oh, go and see the nurse." The nurse does all the paperwork. And so what I get is 5 visits for the year. 5 visits for the year, and you get, I think you pay $80 and the government gives you back 60, so you end up paying 20 something dollars. But I'm thinking 5 visits a year, what am I going to do with that? The hospital should have organized it, but they didn't. So, and just want to catch up, see how you guys are going. I know that it's Wade. He's in Kentucky, and he said he had a mild winter, and now they're bracing for a lot of storms. And so good to see you, AJ. I have to have a new surgery, unfortunately, my darling. Unbelievable. Oh, you're off till Monday. That's brilliant. So good. There's a holiday here. It's a long weekend in Australia because it's Australia Day on Monday. Some people call it Australia Day. There's a big debate. I don't get involved in politics or religion. My life is like a lot simpler. Just respect everyone. Oh, thanks, sweetheart. So the tendon on the gluteus medius, where they did my operation, they took the tumor out of my bone. They put all those screws and drill with a Black & Decker. Now they need to reattach the tendon to the bone. So I spoke to the nurse at the hospital, and she goes, because my brain didn't register, right? Because I just had surgery, and now I have to have another surgery on the leg. And I'm like, now back to the waiting list. So it could be 2 months in I see then a surgeon, which is a subspecies of surgeons that do reconstruction on your femur and attach all the bone. If it's, tendon or muscle, they fix it. And so it could be 2 months to see them. And then depending on what they want to do, I have to wait again. All my docketeers know how long I waited for the surgery. And then I now have to wait. Chicken Explorers is new here. From the source. And welcome everyone. So I'm facing another surgery. And the I said to the surgeon, isn't it faster just to get a new leg? And he said, no. I said, yeah, but the recovery. So anyway, basically, 2026, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let's wait for 2027. apparently their daily tasks for 3 months are a no-go, and I have to use 2 crutches, you know. Um, oh, wow. So your husband worked for Black& Decker? Okay, so when I had the biopsy, which I had 3 biopsies, they bloody put you on the bed, right? And they go, just hold it there. They numb the area. And they said, oh, we're going to numb it, don't worry. And the Black& Decker, you can hear the bloody drill, right? And I'm like, who drills into your bones? Well, they do. And at the end of the drill, there's a needle. Anyway, they need to get a specimen from inside the bone, like where the tumor was. And they're like, oh, hey, Shannon, my darling. That's good. So when they numb the area, like I put, they put the drill with a needle, and then I jumped off the bed because I said, oh, I just got to try and get another little bit. You can't numb the bone. They don't tell you that because they don't want to scare you, you know, before you have any procedures. Then they said, we need another one because this one failed. And then she said, we're going to have to do another biopsy. And I said, you know what? Just open the bloody leg and take what you need. You know, just take all the samples. She said, yeah, but open. So they did that. And then I waited. And then I had my surgery. Like 8 months ago, right, in May, and I was doing great. And since the first of the year, which been the 31st, I was like in so much pain that on the 31st, we went up the road to see the lights, and then we came back, and I'm like, I can't do this because I've got like 10 steps to the front of my door. And so I had a scan. They said you got tendinosis, which is when the tendon really gets really, really thin. And then would have been 2-3 months after that, the pain got worse. And I had another scan, and they said, you got a huge rupture. I'm like, what do you mean? The tendon completely detached from the bone. So it's 18 millimeters by 11 millimeters. So basically 2 centimeters by 1 centimeter. So they refer me to, well, the surgeon could have said, yeah, go and see someone straight away, you know, because you guys have been the pillar, you know, that AJ Thomas and everyone, and new people coming into the channel. I love it because, you know, the more people we have with like-minded, and, you know, I face problems head on, and like I try and always have new projects, new books, but mentally it's difficult, you know. You won't see what my daughter brought me today. She goes, there you go, Mum. You want glasses? You got glasses. So I was trying them on. What else do you bloody do? This looks like you're a millionaire. This is for like Monaco. This one is for Spain, but hopefully there's no bulls around, right? And these ones, I love pink. So I gotta go to Tmall and order my new glasses with a sparkle. But yeah, it's difficult, that's for sure. And how you guys going? I got a new project. I'm knitting for a friend. This is beautiful. Very expensive wool from Turkey. And I know we're in summer, but we had cool days. It was bloody freezing in Melbourne. and then it got really, really windy, and then a lot of like rain, right? And then it got bloody hot. So you wear a jumper. That's why I did that little short, taking my clothes off. It's funny. I wear a jacket, and then you take it off and you wear a t-shirt, and under that you have something else, you know. Oh, my AJ. I've got my days. I don't know how to process this information. So what I do, because, you know, like I was talking to a friend, very good friend of mine, and we were talking to how about people disappoint you and people feel like let down. And I thought, well, it takes two to tango, you know. So when you enter a relationship, whether it's a friend or a neighbor or anyone, you're in that relationship. So you can choose to withdraw yourself from it and go about your day. And when you give something, or you make a friend and you're there for your friend, you're there because you want to be, you know. Don't expect anyone to give you something in return, because you're going to be disappointed. Some people never disappoint, and, you know, we have friends that they're for life, right? And social media is great to meet friends. What a party, right? Who knits in summer? Me. Jet set! Yay! I think that YouTube hasn't been notifying everyone. Good to see you, my darling. I like to hear from you guys, how you guys are going, what's going on. Thomas, Jet Set, Angelica, and Chicken Explorers. I don't know whereabouts are you. Australia's got different, you know, different times. Like you've got a lot of tropical up north, but we had so many shark attacks. It's crazy. So now they were talking about culling all the sharks. I'm like, whoa, 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 hang on a minute. But yeah, I mean, I don't think you should be like just getting rid of sharks, but people need to read the signs, like don't swim here, you know. It's crazy. Someone just got, well, I think they had to amputate his leg, poor thing. I'll play you the clip, hang on.
Sydney Harbour Beach,
Look at
right
that.
near Nielsen Park. I want to bring in wildlife scientist Vanessa Pirotta. Vanessa, thanks so much for your time. Whenever something like this happens, and it seems to be happening frequently at the moment, we all ask, you know, why for a start and what species this shark is. The police has offered, I think, a pretty good assumption that this was a bull shark. Would you agree?
Thank you for having me on. I would say that we don't know at this stage, and that's why we have scientists and experts employed by state government to help us answer that very question. And so what's really important for your listeners to understand is while this has happened, we just need to wait for experts to identify the species of shark and to learn more. In the interim, as a scientist, I can provide you with information as to the harbour is a very dynamic place. We have netted areas. This place where people were swimming was a rock, I believe that was unnetted, but the harbour is a beautiful location, very much connected to the ocean, and therefore we're likely to see a variety of species, but what species this was, we just don't know at this stage. And yes, in reference to the comment about bull sharks, we do know through research done by the Department of Primary Industries, which has one of the world's largest tagging research programs of bull sharks, is showing us that these animals do come into our harbour around this time of year, and that's a natural part of what they do as sharks. And unfortunately, in this case, there may have been an interaction, a negative one at that, with a human, but it's more the case of sharks just doing their thing and people doing their thing as well. And in this case, we've had this awful interaction.
This is particularly concerning, I think, very worrying for families in particular, given, you know, we're in the middle of summer. A lot of those harbour beaches are...
Anyway, there's one here that I was watching the this guy, he just, that was a good show, that one. This one, they want to put like
We have some good news tonight on that surfer mauled
help
by a
for
shark
people,
at Sydney's Manly Beach. Andre de Ruyter's condition has improved from critical to stable, according to his family. There's sadly no change to the dire condition of 12-year-old Nico Antic, who was attacked in Sydney Harbour on Sunday. Meanwhile, there's a new push tonight to roll out shark bite kits across beaches and waterways that could provide life-saving help if a shark strikes. Port Macquarie surfer Danny Shooten designed them after two of his friends were attacked. Danny, you have 160 of these kits already out there and funding from the New South Wales government for more, but shouldn't these already be everywhere?
Yeah, hey, how you doing? Thanks for having me on. We do have 160 out there at the moment, with another 100 in community hands waiting to be put up, on top of the 150 that the government has said that they're going to fund. So we're looking at close to 400 towards halfway through this year. So it's awesome to see that communities are getting behind it, and the government's getting behind it, because as we know, a tourniquet applied within minutes can save someone's life. So yeah, it's really good to see that these are getting out there, and they should be on every beach in Australia, and hopefully that they will be.
We're seeing some pictures now. Can you tell us exactly what is inside these kits, and do you need any medical knowledge to use them?
So the most important thing in this kit is a tourniquet, as you'll see here. And if anybody needs to revise on how to use a tourniquet, I request that they do so, because it can save someone's life. In the kit is also some dressings, some bandages, a thermal blanket, and a simple to read instruction card on what to do in that situation. So it isn't left up to highly trained people or professionals to save someone's life. It can be anyone on the beach. That's the key thing to this. It's so that anybody can save a life, because as we know, in cases like my close mates, it's left up to chance. It's left up to absolute chance that they're still with us today, and it shouldn't be left up to chance anymore.
No.
So in this kit, it provides anybody the resources to be able to save someone's life.
We often think beaches are the biggest risk when it comes to sharks, but the past couple of days have shown that attacks can even happen in Sydney Harbour. Do we need some of these kits in Sydney soon?
Yeah, if they're regular swimming locations, then why not? For sure. I mean, I've been around Sydney Harbour and seen the angel rings placed around the harbour, which were designed for rock fishermen who've been swept off the rocks to save their lives. I've seen those angel rings around the harbour. So why not have shark bite kits? If they're a common swimming area, then 100% we should have them there.
Danny Shooten, thank you so much for your time tonight. We appreciate you talking us through it.
Thanks for having me on. Cheers.
Now, that shark bite kit includes a tourniquet, and that piece of equipment was also mentioned in our interview yesterday with the two incredibly brave surfers who undoubtedly saved the life.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, Nico, good to see you, mate. Check this out. They were taking the
strike pay
cars, out of the it's 1 second, out of the flood waters in Victoria here down the coast. It's crazy. Look at that. So explain what's going on, because some of you don't know. Good to see you. Welcome, everyone. We had a crazy storm down in the south of Melbourne, down in the coast, in the Great Ocean Road. And within minutes, well, an hour, they had a year worth of rain, 180 mils. So the campsite completely flooded, which is where I camped for years. And there's 3 rivers, the Wye River and the Cumberland River, that broke the banks. So all the people that were camping, the cars were stuck on the beach, and some cars made it under the beach and ended up in the ocean. So lucky there was no people hurt or anyone, losing their lives. But they were saying that it's happy that lucky that it happened during the day, because if it was in the middle of the night or 2 a.m., you got kids in tents, babies, families. So they had a mammoth operation trying to get the cars out of the water. And this is it, all the helicopters. Sorry, I turned the volume down. That is nuts. I mean, they're trying to bring all the cars up, you know. Oh yeah, the dingo attack, shark attacks. A girl from Canada lost her life. I don't know if you guys got the news, but it's pretty horrific. They were in Kangaroo Island, in Kagari, which is
publicly
a remote area.
And it's taken a lot of...
The poor girl, I'll show you the story. It's just sad.
It was very dark.
Dingoes.
It was really dark.
We don't know.
Cindy cried out to me. She said, "It's got me." And then she was gone.
This is a crocodile attack. Yeah, no. That we had crocs. We had this is the girl, sorry, from Canada. Wrong story. But yeah, no, it's insane. The problem is, right, we know Australia has dingoes, we have sharks, crocodiles and stuff. The sharks is hard because everybody goes to the beach. But if the sharks are nesting around there, or they have seals, you know.
Mystery surrounds the death of a young Canadian tourist on a beach at Gowrie.
The woman's body was found in the surf, surrounded by dingoes.
An island paradise, the scene of a mystery death.
It's obviously a very confronting thing to see on the beach.
The body of a 19-year-old Canadian tourist found on the beach just after 6:30 this morning. She'd been working on Gowrie and went for a swim near the SS Mahino shipwreck around 5 a.m.
There was a small pack of dingoes around the body.
She was found with significant injuries.
We'll be considering whether she may have drowned, been attacked. All of those things will be considerations.
Locals say surf on the eastern side of the island can be treacherous. The Weather Bureau today issuing a warning for strong winds and large swells. Rangers pitched dingo danger signs near where her body was found.
The safety message that I would give is that you need to remember that you're on an island, you're in a native wilderness. There are wild animals there.
The Canadian consulate has been contacted for comment. It will work with authorities and the victim's family as they wait for an autopsy.
She was a young, healthy Canadian woman who was enjoying the trip of a lifetime.
Which came to a tragic end. Rachel Baxter, 7 News.
So sad, you know, but I don't think the dingoes had anything to do with it. They need to actually have a look and see why that happened, you know, because that is crazy. So
how does this compare to a normal day at work, right?
It's, you know, like, it's crazy.
How does this compare to...
How does this compare to a
normal day at work, right?
It's a little bit out of the box, but it's not something unheard of that we do. We do a lot of salvage like this, so yeah.
And talk us through the operation, sort of how delicate is it? What are the challenges that you...
Challenges will be wind and weight of the cars. We're limited to 4 tonne. But the helicopter guys we use all the time are really good. They really know their stuff. So we've worked with them closely over a few years, doing stuff like this and construction and that sort of stuff. So yeah.
Windy day. You've got the surf as well.
A bit of wind like this helps because he can sort of lean into the wind and hold himself against the wind. So he likes a bit of wind. But the surf with us, you know, it just knocks you around. It's like being in a washing machine. So
You've been out in this morning. How's it been?
yeah, like a washing machine. It'll be fine.
And in terms of, you know, other challenges, I mean, you know, worried about obviously the cars, they're damaged. You know, I hope getting them secured.
Securing won't be a problem. It's more just getting the water out of them fast enough as he lifts them. So trying to drain the water away fast. So getting the door open and that sort of stuff, and being all electronic locks and that sort of stuff, you just sort of got to pry the doors open, nothing goes click and the door opens. So
free parking.
What do you sort of do now until the chopper gets here?
He's on his way. He'll do a flyby, and we're missing a couple of cars, so he'll do a flyby and have a look and see whether he can see them out further.
Yeah.
And
how far out do you think they are, or have you not sure?
Have no idea. No idea. They could be anywhere. Yeah. So we mightn't even locate them. We're not sure yet. So yeah, he'll do a flyby and then he'll go and land.
Imagine that. Like, you can't park there, mate. Look, when they run out of parking, a lot of people drive on the beach as well, you know. Leo, we had a flood. I'm going to show it in a second.
And then we'll get right out of the way.
And people were camping, and a massive storm just came, like a freak storm out of nowhere, right? And the people that were camping had to basically run up the hill because the water was taking all the cars and caravans, everything out to sea. Imagine you're camping, hey, and I mean, the night is normally like storms come at night, you know, not during the day as much. And people were trying to run up the hill, but there was people with disabilities, babies. It's amazing that nothing happened, like no one got injured. There was a grandfather, he was, you know, helping someone, and he had to be rescued from a roof. But yeah, there's so much going on here in Australia sometimes that you know, we're all fans of crime channels and stuff. I have been relaxing, and every time I turn the news on, someone lost a leg to a shark. Someone got eaten by a crocodile. Somebody, like, you know, they were jumping off cliffs and then ended up in hospital because the cliffs, you know, they have fences, and people jump the fences. I mean, if you jump the fence is there for a reason, and then they ended up in bloody hospital. So now they're trying to get all the cars out. Some people had, you know, got into the cars and got some of the valuables out of the boot of the car. My God, imagine that. Oh, sorry. So all the helicopters, I suppose, had to, you know, because you hear helicopters and you hear, you don't know if it's ambulance or police, and then there's been so much going on that I do my little dances, I'm knitting and trying to recover.
Everyone has a reason to be.
But anyway,
because 1 in 3.
It's been the hard part, I think, is seeing a place that you camp all the time, completely in the ocean, like tents, caravans, everything in the ocean. It's crazy. So I mean, the sharks we know are in the ocean. I swim. You know where to swim, you know. But this is, it's just too many, you know what I mean? It's just too many shark attacks in a span of like 4 days, you know. So this little kid.
There are grave fears for the 12-year-old boy who was mauled by a bull shark in Sydney Harbour, with his loved ones bracing for the worst possible outcome.
Hola, hola.
Nico Antic was jumping off rocks with friends when he was bitten. That attack, the first of 4 across New South Wales in just 48 hours. John Paul Gonzo is here now. JP, a close...
Sorry, just to answer your question. No, it's about shark attacks in Australia. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Let's go, buddy. ¿Hablas español? Hipócrates, 4x4 base. ¿Cómo estás? Bienvenido al canal. Estoy en Australia, pero hablo español, italiano, de todo, ¿no? El Leo también habla español. Bienvenido, bienvenido. I think YouTube now is translating from English to all the languages, I think. But welcome. So to answer your question is, no, not about drugs. Worse, drugs, sharks, crocodiles. Like, I know some people are scared of spiders, but you're huge next to the spider. You can flatten it with a shoe or a broom. I normally observe, you know. Hay gente que le tiene miedo a las arañas, pero las arañas son chiquititas comparadas con nosotros. No. Let's go, buddy. Sí, señor. Leo, qué lindo verte, amigo. Sometimes I don't know what language I'm speaking. It's funny. I was speaking Italian at the doctor's today because a lady at the reception, Anna, I've known her for so many years. And she's friends with some of my mates that speak Italian. Parliamo italiano, parliamo spagnolo. Pero el chiquitito este, pobrecito, está mal porque lo agarró un tiburón y no se sabe si va a sobrevivir. So we don't know what's going to happen to this
family friend of Nico has spoken.
Yes, Andrew, we are learning more details this afternoon about the youngest victim in this spate of shark attacks. Nico Antic, who is just 12 years old, is fighting for life following that mauling which happened at Vaucluse on Sunday. A close personal family friend says that Nico has suffered devastating injuries and the heartbreaking event has led to the worst possible outcome. He says that the fundraiser which has been set up, which has so far raised almost $100,000, is to cover upcoming expenses and related arrangements during this incredibly difficult time. The New South Wales government is under pressure to provide better, clearer communication about the risks of swimming, particularly after certain weather events. At the moment, because of all that rainfall, the water around Sydney is very murky, which makes it attractive to bull sharks. We know, of course, there are more surveillance drones and drumlines which have been...
Gracias. Pero se sabe que como llovió mucho hay más tiburones. So all the rain from the north, where Hayabusa is, they had floods. So all the crocs are there. And down in New South Wales, in Sydney, with all the water and the floods, all the sharks are there. And then down in Victoria, I don't know, we got problems, home invasions here. But yeah, no, it's crazy. And when you hear the shark alarm, it's insane. I mean, you know, some people hear it. I've never heard it, you know, and I've been here 37 years. So, you know.
Welcome back. We're going to take you straight to some breaking news out of Sydney, where the shark alarm has sounded at a beach in the city's east after reports of a bull shark in the water. Live to Helene Alambetsos in Coogee this morning. Helene, lifeguards moved very quickly to call swimmers back to shore.
Yeah, good morning, guys. They definitely did. Of course, the danger of bull sharks is front and centre in everybody's mind after that string of horror.
You know, sorry, I don't normally, I mean, I do criticize, we all criticize, you know, but I'm thinking that how she chose to wear that to report a shark attack, it's like she's going to a gala Anyway, sorry. It's like
attacks over the last few days, and that's played out here in Coogee. It's a beautiful morning, so the beach is packed, but it was a little bit after 7 o'clock when some people out on a boat reported seeing a bull shark. So, of course, lifeguards moved very quickly to get all the surfers and all the swimmers immediately out of the water.
We have had a number of reports of a bull shark in the area. So we do ask everyone in the water, please return to shore.
Lifeguards moving very quickly, getting out on jet skis to check out on the shore, and they have deemed it safe for swimmers to go back here at Coogee. Now, of course, today the northern beaches are closed, but however, we have seen people at Manly still going for a swim this morning. Now, the rest of Sydney's beaches are still open, but that doesn't mean that they're free of any danger. In the last 12 hours, tagged bull sharks have set off sensors in Maroubra and in South Cronulla, one almost 2.5 metres long. So people are being told to listen to lifeguards and keep an eye on these sharks.
Thank you, mate. You got to love Australians. There's always someone running, you know, when they do their shark alert news. There's someone either going into the water or running and then just go. I mean, the shark comes right to the I've never seen one, and I could be a mermaid. I live in the water. But yeah, how interesting, you know, to see, you know, so many shark attacks. This guy.
What happened today?
So we're out surfing down the beach at Point Plummer, and yeah, I got hit from the left side by a small shark. Fell into the water, saw it sort of thrash around, and then came up, called shark, shark, shark. There's a couple of surfers with me, and then we just turned and paddled into shore.
Around what time was this approximately?
Oh, between 8 and 8:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did it feel like when the shark struck you? Did you see the shark beforehand?
No, I was looking the opposite direction, and it was just an impact, like a tackle.
Was the water clear?
Crystal clear. A little bit cloudy. Beautiful conditions, but yeah, no signals, no indicator.
You know, it's funny. The person that said, "Are you gay? You are gay." I'm from Uruguay, and actually, it was the Simpsons that did a joke about Uruguay, saying, "Hey, look at this country. You are gay." So no, I'm not gay, but I am from Uruguay. Hey, 3311. Bull sharks are ruthless. Yes. Bullfrogs. Are you from Australia? 3311. I actually was camping. G'day, mate. How you going? Right. I was camping in New South Wales in the Hawkesbury River. So we packed the hey Leanne. We packed the boat in the ocean. No, not the ocean. Like it's an inlet. There's a lot of inlets at the Hawkesbury River. And I was diving in the water, and you know, poor Joe, may you rest in peace, my beautiful Joe. Anyway, we had a ball. And then when we took the boat to go to the pub, we noticed a guy in the pier talking. And I overheard the word shark. And I said, yo, where is the shark? And he said, they're everywhere. They're the bull sharks. And I was bloody diving in there. Off the boat, we were fishing, you know, put music on and people were jumping. And apparently that was a place where the bull sharks, manta rays, there were tiny, tiny ones all in the ocean. So cute. So, yeah. Good to see you, 3311. Welcome to the channel. The internet's slow sometimes. My Leanne, are you back in Horsham safe, my sweet? I was thinking about you because you took the 7 o'clock train, right? Bus. Yeah, that's right. So the bull sharks, well, this is where the ocean meets the river. I'm excited. It's my birthday soon, guys. Oh, nice. Very nice. Poor AJ. A lot of people are getting winter storms. Hey, I 3-3. I'm going to be 56 in the 20th of February. I'm so excited about my birthday. So no, but thank you. After 3 children, well, it's good that I had them young. I saw a girl today and I thought she was wearing like a little backpack at the front and I thought it was a baby. She goes, no. I said, never say never. So when I turned 23, I had my first baby. When I was 25, I had my second baby. And when I was 26, I had my third baby. No mucking around, right? So that was a long time ago, 30 years ago. And now I'm recovering from femur surgery. And I have to have a new surgery. I am a Pisces. Very happy Pisces. They reckon Pisces don't finish anything, but I do. I'm doing a new project. It's just summer, so it's not like I want to knit all summer, but I did promise my girlfriend. So I'm in bed because the broken tendon completely broke off my leg. Do a little dance now. Yeah, new surgery. Apparently, the tendon broke off the bone. So I need a new surgery. You can come and stay with me, Leanne. Look after me. We have lots of cuppas. I love to knit. I need a little bit just to it made me think of Carolina. Have you guys seen Carolina? Welcome to the channel 3311. I like the numbers. 11 is a good number. Carolina used to say, you knit so fast. Monte, Monana. I haven't been on Substack. Oh, I haven't been on watching crime a lot. Oh, send them my love. Can you imagine, AJ? I was recovering from my surgery, right? So I sleep a lot. Sometimes I just pass out and I don't realize I sleep 3 or 4 hours. And then I wake up, have a cuppa, relax a little bit, you know, you have a shower and then I pass out again. So when I'm awake, now it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And, pardon me. Yeah, I try to be active, you know, as much as I can. And the doctor said, no, you need to use your crutches and please don't move and put your feet up. I said, well, I've been doing that for 3 years. So anyway, look at that. Speaking of sharks and crocodiles, you know, I relax with the photos. But yeah, no, it's been, I wanted to show you the flood. Hang on. Okay. So you're going back to Mum's? Beautiful area. It's just hot. I think it's going to be 45 Celsius up in the bush. And There's like 3 years that we had really hot winters and, I mean, really hot summers and cold winters, but this summer's been cold, which is strange. Okay, I will look it up. I actually left Facebook probably 6 months now that I haven't been on anything. I love it, you know, when we had our beautiful group, and I do support many channels, and but like sometimes one platform is enough. I don't have Instagram or TikTok, and one platform is enough. But I did this channel to catch up, watch some Aussie news, and see a bit of nature, and it's good to relax. But yeah. No, I'm on Webbies most of the time. I don't know if is that YouTube doesn't notify sometimes when someone's live. I get some notifications and no others. Very strange. So it's good to catch up, and also get away from some cases are hard, like we went through the Maddie case, and we went through, I'm looking for the floods, that's what I'm looking up. There's so many. Adam Montgomery, disgusting. And some stick to you, and as much as, hang on, I found it. As much as it's nice to follow cases, it's okay, sweetheart. I'll see you soon, Lee. And take care, because you guys are getting the hot days now. And we'll catch up soon, sweetheart. Christian Matthews, g'day. Christina, hola. I'll see you, Lee. Good to see you, Christina Matthews. ¿Cómo estás? How are you? All right. Oh my God. This is crazy. What happened here? Sí, hola, ¿cómo estás? Español, inglés. Qué lindo verte. I normally, you can check each other's channels, if I add you as moderators, you can go around and check. But it's crazy. I'm going to show you a little bit. I mean, I don't know, haciendo very good. Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, I'll show you guys what's going on around me, very close to me,
Recovery efforts following the devastating floods. Neri Tai is following developments for us. Neri, stranded cars are set
So this is where I go camping my whole life.
to be winched out
That's right, Tom. A helicopter will be used to remove abandoned vehicles from beach areas from around 6:30 tomorrow morning. This is a result of the extreme weather event last Thursday that saw families scrambling to safety and cars swept out to sea. The Great Ocean Road will be closed to traffic in both directions between Lorne and Skeens Creek. Motorists are being told to take a wide detour using the Princess Highway via Colac, which will unfortunately add significant travel time. V-Line coach services between Apollo Bay and Geelong will also be impacted, skipping the Kennet River and Wye River stops. An additional coach will operate between Lorne and Apollo Bay. Now, the operation is expected to wrap up around 10:30 a.m, but it could take longer. The public is encouraged to monitor the...
Yeah, no, it's crazy. They're rescuing the cars, but that's where the Black Hawk, you know, just... You can see the devastation.
Good evening. The Great Ocean Road has reopened to traffic around the communities smashed by extreme flash flooding as residents and holidaymakers begin the huge clean-up. Homes in one small town were inundated, with a bungalow lifted off its foundations by the raging torrent. Penelope Lish with more.
Separation Creek becomes a raging torrent. Floodwater ripping away the banks and sweeping a bungalow off its foundations. Thrown against trees and upended, anything that didn't wash away is ruined, yet the light fixtures...
We're talking about all the floods here. How you going, Hookie? Long time no see, my sweet. Hope you and the family are doing great. I've been resting. I need a new surgery soon. The tendon broke off my bone, my sweet, and they need to reattach it. Now I'm thinking, how are they going to reattach it? Because I need to put screws or something. And I already have screws. I have so many screws, but none of them loose. This one was a big operation. I got no loose screws. What happened to Christian Matthews, Christina? Se estaba portando mal. How you going, Hookie? You heard about the floods that we had here where I camp normally?
Still intact.
Crazy.
We heard this cracking as our bed in our second bedroom just literally flew out under the bridge.
Melanie and Martin were just arriving at their Separation Creek home when the water came screaming through on Thursday.
Literally just watched this water torrenting down the creek.
The property once had rooms on both sides of the creek. Now it's completely separated. The force of the water tearing the bridge off its footings and destroying the area they'd revegetated with thousands of native plants.
It's almost like surreal, like you're watching a movie, this thing torrenting down. You could actually hear timber crashing, like absolutely thundering down.
Their neighbour, Peter Jacobs, has lived here for 36 years. He and his wife were trying to save their chooks when they were forced to run for their lives.
I looked up and there was a wall, a tsunami of trees, tree ferns, water, and just the noise was extraordinary.
They did, but now they're isolated, without power and facing a huge clean-up. He's hoping the local council will arrive soon.
You can see my sheep have escaped over there. I've got to go and get them. I've never experienced anything like this. We can recover, but we just need some help. I need some help.
A kilometre away at Wye River, the clean-up began first thing this morning after water bulldozed its way through the town. One of the biggest tasks, rescuing 2 cars stranded after being washed away. Using a winch and a 4-wheel drive, what's left of this Mazda was saved.
Plenty of good volunteers that put their hand up to come and do the hard work, as opposed to me sitting behind a truck pushing buttons.
The Volkswagen, still at sea, trapped on a rock, finally moved with some heavy machinery.
The operation to get these cars out has been a huge community effort here in Wye River, with most of the town coming down with their kids, with all of their family members, and bringing their own equipment to pull these cars out of the water.
We've been cleaning up the bridge at the park and
There's been a lot of rubbish everywhere.
While this community has done all they can for today, the recovery is only just beginning.
And Penny joins us live from Cumberland River. Penny, disaster relief payments are now available.
They are, Steph. You can see just behind me here some of what people are facing in terms of this disaster. This is one of more than a dozen cars that have ended up in the river and washed out to sea here at Cumberland River. The state and federal government are offering these joint assistance payments for people who have been forced to leave their homes. There'll be up to $640 per adult. There'll also be just over $300 for children and then just over $2,300 per eligible family. That's to help people with immediate needs like food and medication if they've been forced to flee their homes. But late this afternoon, we have seen the Great Ocean Road reopen to allow people to get a little more access, Steph. There is still a very long way to go, though, for all of the communities in this area.
There sure is. Incredibly challenging indeed. Thank you, Penny. A woman has been found dead in a backyard pool in St Kilda. Let's go live to Selena Zhang. Selena, what do we know?
It keeps going, the drama, right? It's so crazy. Oh, Angelica, I love it. It's a bit too early for wine, but I need a Guinness. The weather was hot, then cold, then rain, then cold, then wind, then hot. Like Tomo was saying, you can't stand 4 seasons in one day. I should start a GoFundMe for my leg. GoFundMe Gracie. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, that's right. I mean, we had fires, right? They were pretty bloody scary. We got people trapped. Victoria with the floods, but you know, if we look at the whole of Australia, oh, hello market. I haven't been to a market in forever. I did drive today when I went down the road, and then I had to go to the chemist. I mean, they've known me for over 20 years, you know, around here. The bread shop just sold, but it's so nice, you know, when you live in an area and everybody knows you. But it's been a funny year, and there's so much crime here that, I mean, I don't have time to watch crime channels or sensationalism. But yeah, no, it's just been resting, taking deep breath. I've been watching NCIS. We got so many markets here, and some of them, farmers markets, I love it, right? Oh, Saturday. So it's Friday here now, but when you get fresh produce, it's so nice. There's the farmers market here. It's like a market, but they have chickens and veggies. So they bring all the fresh stuff. I love pumpkin, all the veggies. But even like, say, in winter, AJ and Thomas, he's up in Ireland. Imagine you go out and the weather's fine. And then you come back to a storm, you know, and you're stuck. Desert deprived. I am in Australia, but I'm originally from Uruguay in South America. Been here almost 40 years. Someone else, mate. Whereabouts are you from? Desert deprived, or desert, or desert. Because it's the same bloody word in English, isn't it? Desert Desert. Oh, Queensland. Queenslander. We got someone here from Queensland called Hayabusa. I love Queensland so much. I don't know where you were at, but I used to travel quite a lot up to Mackay, Innsville, and Tally. I love it. Australia is great, guys. The sunny coast. How's your weather down there? But it is. It's getting expensive. I was gonna say, I got mates that went there on a holiday, and some moved up there for good because of the weather. But yeah, you got the rainy season, and we were watching shark attacks here a little bit of the news, and you got the crocs. But even in summer, like when you go to the northern part of Australia and you see this pristine, clean water and you can't go in because of the aracangis, and you've got the blue ring octopus as well. Oh, yeah, chickens, Christina. I love it. I mean, I wouldn't mind having chickens. The problem is the rats and the mice that come over. But yeah, if you do it properly, you know, because foxes dig to get to your bloody chickens. I love farmers markets. They do one up the road here every month. So I love it. It is hard work, you know. You saw my little shorts of the lamb that we used to have. We had to put nappies on Lemmy so the lamb could come into the house. So cute. So my daughter looked after the lamb, and she used to bottle feed the lamb, and so the lamb will follow her everywhere thinking Emily was a mom. And now it's a big ram, and she's in a farm with friends. But it was cute. It was one of the videos, the lamb was doing handstands and jumping. But, you know, we had to get baby nappies. I love cuddle. Thomas have cuddle. You had a mini soup. Oh, wow. 19 dogs, AJ. Oh, you got beautiful dogs. I've got old Hank here. Poor Hank. He does the rounds. He's 13 now, and he can't walk and I can't walk, so it's kind of bloody funny, you know, because he comes and stares at me like, feed me now, when it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, he's not. He starts like 5 o'clock to ask. Oh, how cute little puppies. Hank will be my last dog. No more dogs for me. If you can't have a dog properly, you know, you shouldn't have it. I can't walk, and he needs to be walked. We've got a huge backyard, and I go and play with him outside in the morning, and, you know. Oh, wow, how cute. My kids were always bringing everything they found home. Birds that were hurt, anything that was hurt. And one day they came home with a rabbit. And they get all my blankets, you know, and all my sheets and a box. And I'm thinking, that rabbit belongs to the neighbors up the road. They used to have rabbits, and they used to run around in the front yard. Free, you know, roaming free. And the kids thought they were lost. I thought, go and return the bloody rabbit. We had rabbits when they were young, and they had like a big a big cage, and inside the cage the rabbits had 2 little houses, and I had 2 little seats, you know, kids, those foldable chairs, so they could go inside because the door was a proper massive cage, and they'll sit with the bunnies. Cute. I had a friend that he was from Argentina, and he worked for the Opera House in Sydney, and so he built 2 little houses for the bunny rabbits, and they painted the houses so pretty. I gotta find those videos. We didn't have those phones back in the day. It was 1997, 98. I think mobile phones was just coming out then. I remember when the cordless phone came out, but mobile phones it was expensive, and even the plans were crazy expensive, you know. And so I don't know. We took photos with cameras, no more like recorders, videos, and I got a big external drive with all the stuff. I gotta go through it. I mean, imagine you see yourself, you know, when you were in your 20s and 30s, being a mom. I had my clown suit and I was doing parties and all that. It was great. So, you know, when you're having a hard time, oh, hey, Chris Handy, welcome to the channel, sweetheart. Oh, Lucy, Christmas, 20 years. Oh, so you used to take it in the kayak? Oh, that was so cute. Do you have a channel so we can have a look at the videos? That is so cute. Oh my God. What a cute name, Lucy. 20 years. That's Springer Spaniel. Wow. You don't recover. It takes years to recover. Chris, doesn't it? I used to have a dingo and he used to be my mate. And now the dog I have is a mixture with dingo and kelpie. But when you look at dingoes and you see Hank, they look alike. So cute. I love dogs, you know. It's funny, I'm a dog in the Chinese horoscope. 1970 I was born. But it's, you know, you just go and get another dog. But now I'm thinking I'm not well physically. I couldn't go to the park and run after the dog like I did after surgery. And now it's uncertain, you know. Oh, 13 years a lot. I got a friend that had Malamus, and you can't shower them, but you groom them like with brushes. So they had special beds and harnesses to hold them, and it would take hours and hours to groom them, you know. The Malamus. It's like wool. Oh, you're very welcome, Chris. So you're in the US. Whereabouts are you? We're in Melbourne, Australia here. I created this channel many, many years ago, 2009, and I've got some old videos. Oh, you're in the UK. Bravo. England. I think the word mate comes from England. They use the word mate in Australia. G'day, mate. I watch all the English shows. I love it. Best comedy, you know. Oh, Alf. If you got the space too, you know, 5 acres is like, wow. My little property is small, you know. Yeah, that's right, Christina. They start shaking the minute you put water on their heads, right, dogs? Hey, do you have snow in the UK at the moment, Chris? Because a lot of people are getting snow. I've seen snow once in my life and I loved it. I love the fire and the hot drinks and the I don't know. It's great, especially when you can ice skate. When the lakes get frozen and you ice skate. I think Life Artist. Oh, there you are. Life Artist. They don't like bath time. All right. Whereabouts? I had a friend from Hampshire. I always wanted to go and visit England, Scotland, and Ireland, but I never been. I mean, all my kids are musicians or love music. I thought it'd be good to go to the cradle of it all. Wow. How exciting. Life fighters, you should have a bath with them. You know. Opolovitation. Lovation. Greetings. I don't know, it's 2:30 in the afternoon here. I normally don't come live at this time, but we were catching up with my subscribers that I love so much, and we're mates. We're good mates for a long time now, right, guys? Over a year, some 2 years, and I got mates here from a lifetime, you know. Welcome. It's funny, you know, like I love connecting with people from all over the world and speaking different languages. And YouTube wanted me to get 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours or something, which I don't really put much attention because, you know, monetization is not something that I look into it really. But so when I got 500 subscribers, thank you so much. They moved the bar to 1,000 subscribers. Another one, 4,000. I'm like, oh, see you later. Hey, welcome, Sergin. Opolotivation. What does the name mean? Oh, Uganda. 6:30 a.m. Welcome. You know, I've got a friend from Uganda here in the channel, Bobby Brown. He does dancing. He's up to 103,000 subscribers, my Bobby. My God, he can dance. All my dances that I do on my channel, like I do shorts, it's like parodies more than a dance. But I love it. I love, you know. From Paris. Very good. Bonjour. Comment ça va? Je ne parle pas français, mais je comprends un peu. Hablo español, italiano. I speak Spanish and Italian, but French I could never learn. We were catching up here Sergin, welcome to the channel. La merde. La plage. There were shark attacks in Australia, so many. Un poco italiano, bravo, bravo. You've been to Paris? I've never been to France, but I started learning French, right? So I put the CD, and every time I took the kids to school, the CD would say, bonjour, no, écoutez and répétez. Right? So it says listen and repeat. My kids could repeat everything I remember, and I'm like, what was that? Once you learn, Spanish, because I was born in Uruguay, Sergin, Uruguaya, entonces hablo español. Then I learned Italian because I work with Italians and they talk behind your back. Loro parlano indietro a te. Doveva imparare la lingua per vedere chi parlavano, no? Perché sempre chi parlano pa, 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 pa. I thought I'll learn your language. And then Portuguese, because, Uruguay is next to Brazil. So we speak a mixture. It's called Portuñol in the north of Uruguay, border with Brazil. And my father's from Brazil. So, he always said words and stuff. And you tend to forget languages if you don't practice them. And Cosa Nostra no. Ma abbiamo la Cosa Nostra qua in questo paese. Se fosse della Costa Nord aveva moneta. The mafiosi, It's funny. Il soldi non ce l'ho. Well, my youngest son is getting married to an Italian, La Faba. And they want to go and have a small wedding in Italy, apparently. And so it was my dream to go to Italy, but Sergin, I want to go to France because I want to go to Carcassonne. I think that's how you say it, Carcassonne. Because I read a book called The Labyrinth by Kay Moss, British. I don't know if Chris still here from Yorkshire, but yeah, this British writer is, yeah, that's right, Chris. I don't know if you know Kay Moss, but he's a British writer, and she's amazing. She wrote a book based in Carcassonne, so je suis très jolie. I'm from Uruguay, and I am an old mama. Well, I'm going to be 56. I have some wrinkles from screaming. Do your homework. Finish your dinner. Don't be late. But my kids are all in their 30s now. So, Yeah, but Christina, you got pets. Christina, you got pets. Ah, gracias. Ah, bravo, bravo. Ho capito. Sì, ti può rispondere in italiano. A lot of people don't know English, but he said I can reply in Italian. Ti ho detto che io ho nato all'Uruguay e ho 56 anni. No, 55 al febbraio o 56. Ho 3 bambini, ma loro adesso hanno 30 anni. 30 anni, tutte e 3. No, il più piccolo ha 29 anni. So my youngest is 29 years old. La figlia mia ha 30 e il figlio fa 32, 33, come Gesù. So yeah. But I feel good, you know, like if it wasn't for the surgery I had, mi hanno tagliato la gamba, Serghi. Mi hanno tagliato la gamba per fare un'operazione perché avevo un tumore dentro dell'osso. E me l'hanno tagliato, mi hanno messo tanta roba dentro. Adesso se mi ha rotto un tendone e lo devono aggiustare un'altra volta. Perciò ho bisogno di un'altra cirurgia. Forse verso 3-4 mesi mi tagliano un'altra volta. I don't know if you understood that, but I drink a lot of water, and I think a lot of stuff is genetic, but I use olive oil a lot. L'olivo e l'olio d'olivo è buono per la pelle, you know? It's good. I've never been anywhere, but I've traveled Australia a little bit, you know? Io ho girato l'Australia un po' perché da 37 anni che sono qua. Ho venuto giovane. Because I was 19 when I came to Australia. Almost 20. I couldn't speak a word of English. That was challenging to say the least. Non parlavo inglese quando ho arrivato all'Australia, tutti parlano inglese qua. Nessuno parlava niente da più. So, you know, languages are so important because you meet people that can't speak English. And so you can, you know, communicate in their own language, which I think is multiculturalism is important because, you know, I always thought I was a Viking. Yeah, you know. All right. Io abito a Melbourne, Australia. Thomas, I'd love to go to Ireland. If you've got a corner there in the shed for me with the cows, I'm happy to sit. If I have to stand and sleep like this, you watch movies, you know, from England, and all the little cottages, and then I watched, what's that guy? I don't even think he's Irish, but what was that series you told me to watch, Thomas? Sergin, tu hai 29 anni? Come sei giovane? Italian comes natural to me, but French, je ne parle pas. Je ne comprends. I wish I could speak French. I watch French movies, you know. That's great. But I might never leave, Thomas. I'm one of those. When I go on holidays, like I went to Adelaide on holidays, South Australia, and it's so beautiful. I stayed there 3 months traveling. I went for a weekend. So, l'Australia bellissimo. But you know, everybody faces difficulties. Jet said, I was thinking when you said you had 2 shoulder surgeries, imagine I can be your arms and you can be my legs if we go into the ocean. God. Oh, Angelica. So you've been to France a few times? Yeah. That's funny. It's non è facile per andare a girare al mondo, you know? I love the UK, yes, Chris, absolutely. Because when I was learning English, and then I started listening, you know, to the British. I don't know. I mean, obviously you got different accents all around everywhere, different accents in the UK and England and even Ireland, I suppose. But I love it. You know. Oh yeah. Well, Thomas' sister had her knees done. Even, you know, when I do a little dance, you know, my videos and shorts, I don't do videos, I do shorts, but I can still move without moving that leg, you know, without stretching it, I should say, you know. But yeah, I'm excited about my sunglasses. Analog! Oh, you're here. Did you go to the beach? Yeah, because I went to your live and I was right at the end. And when I said g'day, you were gone. My daughter gave me glasses, so I was trying them all. Look, this is for France, Paris. Because I love French perfume. You know. Well, the sun is terrible here. Like, it's got a big glare. Analog, go and check his channel. Grazie, Sergin. Grazie tante. Per una donna che è vecchia non c'è male, no? Lord's champion. You like my head? It's round like the moon. I was yeah, no, that's all right, Christina. Just let them be. Don't worry too much. It's funny sometimes, you know. I take criticism really well. So don't worry about it. Also, there's drama, you know. I was watching a YouTube channel and my God, the drama. This one hates the other one hates the other one. I love our little group, you know. Oh, Sergin, I live here. Adesso non posso fare niente perché sto a casa, non sono malata, non sto bene. Devo stare a letto e dopo vedere il dottore e mi tagliano un'altra volta la gamba. Units. What's not needed, my darling? AJ, units. Oh, yeah, don't worry. Let them be. Oh, yeah. Christina, you see that a lot. You know, it's just good to connect with everyone. And analog synth player, he was hungry, so he's probably cooking something delicious. Yeah, trolls, I don't love, trolls, but I show you one of my favorite photos just came on the TV. It's almost 3, all right. So 3 p.m. Oh, I love watching my television and just relaxing. Are you going to bed, Thomas? Because it's pretty late, right? Ah, grazie, Sergin. Non stato bene, ma sempre deve ridere. It's good to put a smile on your doll, you know? People go through different things and people face difficulties daily sometimes. Some don't. And, you got people coming out of the woodworks. I respect all, a me piace tutta la gente. There's some good channels that we have, Positive stuff is good. Thank you, Thomas. I'm going to go and have lunch soon. Or make another coffee. Some people read the coffee, when you finish coffee. My friend used to read the coffee. Oh, she still does. What do you see there? What's my future? It says A for Australia, so I think I'm staying here. Anyway, my sweets, I'm going to go and say good night. You can all go and rest. The UK and the US and Ireland and Europe, while we are gonna fry here in Victoria. The weather's getting bloody hot. Truth be told, fa caldo en Australia, mucho calor. Pero bueno, así es el verano y todas las estaciones, ¿no? That summer. Oh, fall. Good, Chris. I was going to make you a mod and I couldn't. Because if I make you a moderator, some of the people that come here have channels. And you can go and check their channels. Hey, Bobby Joe. Welcome. Yeah. Some people read coffee. But I go live and I catch up with everyone sometimes. It's good, I've got the time. I think my son is playing music. I hear the guitar. Oh, Canada. Welcome, Bobby. We love Canada here. We got a friend here, sweetheart, from Canada. We love it. You guys are cold up there. Oh, thank you. Bobby Joe, we have Janet here, but she's not here. She's been busy. Sergin, I love coffee. My beautiful AJ, I love it. Say hello to everyone. I thank you so much because it's overwhelming when you have good support, Sometimes I cry because I feel so blessed by having you all. We met in different channels and... Ah, bravo. Sergin, I have to reply in Italian because he uses translator to type. So, Sergin, buonanotte. Laku noć in Croatian. Buenas noches. I don't know in French. Le noir. Très bien le noir. And merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Ça va. JB is sleeping, yes. And I know Jet Set has funny mixed times like me for sleeping. And Angelica, I love you so much, my girl. I'm glad you have time off. Ah, laku noć. Sadvori vrata. Sadvori vrata in Croatian is close the door. That's all I know in Croatian. Sadvori vrata. Poor Thomas, he's gonna sleep. He's busy because he's got cows that are gonna be calving soon, so it's a lot of work. Poor Thomas. Io nato in Uruguay. So I'll see you in the World Cup 2026. Uruguay. Vicino a Brasile, Argentina, là. Lontano di qua. Cristina Bella. Ah, you know Croatian. That's so good. Bravo. Sasvori vrato. Laku noć. My best friends are Croatian. And they used to yell to the kids, Sasvori vrato, Sasvori vrato. We say the same in Spanish. Cerra la puerta, que entran las moscas. Don't let the flies in, you know. Bobby has the temperature that I never experienced, right, in Canada. But look at that, Missouri, -13 Celsius, right? I don't know, Fahrenheit. Sometimes I translate, you know, Celsius to Fahrenheit. Also feet to meters. Chris in the UK, I'm not sure whether they changed or they still have the old measurements. Right. Ah, Sergin. So tú habitas la Francia, ma sei de Serbia. Ah. Bravo, così si capisce l'italiano perché siamo vicini. Tanta gente di là che parlano tutti gli idiomi. Parlano l'italiano perché sono vicino, no? E troppo lavorano l'Italia. A lot of people from Croatia and Serbia and Montenegro and around there, they go and work in Italy, so they speak Italian, even though the languages are so different, you know. Grande mafioso. You be good. Deve essere un bravo ragazzo. Non deve fare male a nessuno. Tranquillo. E studia. Con il libero. I said, you know, it's better to study, grab books, and be a good person. And if you're bored, grab a book. And if you're bored, learn a language or do something positive. It's possible. Oh, good. All right, sweetheart. And I'll see you soon, Chris, in Yorkshire. I'll see you all soon, and I'll be live at some point, maybe in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to wait until I have news from the surgeon as well, but Sometimes I pop in to say g'day, you know, so we can all have a laugh. I'm gonna keep my window shut because it's getting hot, so I'm gonna go into darkness now. Oscuro e buono. Buonanotte. Ciao a tutti. Nos vemos. Good to see you all, and well, I'll see you very soon. And I can't thank you enough, you know that. Big hugs, because it's getting like late. Gracie loves you. Catch you soon. Bye.